All right, boys, welcome back to Tilts a Lot. My name is Eric, and we have a full review of Hell Is Us. So the way I look at this game, it looked very cool, looked very interesting, very captivating. You know, it pulled me towards it from just the image of the game, the profile, the picture of the game, and everything. And it seemed like a little Soul-like, you know, like Dark Soul, Elden Ring, and all of that Souls-like game, right? And I got interested. I bought it. Spent like what, $50 or something like that. Should have waited to tell the truth. Yeah, okay. This whole review thing is the game was cool in the beginning, right? I got in, you know, attack all the monster that don't have don't have faces and have a hole in their stomach and their chest, whatever, and all of that. You know, going throughout the game, the story is, I think it's decent. It's not a great story, but it's a decent story that, you know, it surprises you with different elements of the story and stuff like that. Like I found out that his mom was talking on him on the APC. I didn't know that. That was a surprise to me. That's the truth. The combat is okay. The parry, you don't need to use the parry at all. And I think the game is very simple. Too simple. The combat, at least, in the storyline, and you know how it's basically don't give you a map. You have to remember everything. To me, the whole thing about the game is puzzles. That is it. The puzzle is what just get me frustrated. You know, yeah, you basically have to find out all of these little puzzle things that you put together, and you get the answer. You open the door, or the chest, or the key. Go get the key and stuff like that. So the thing is, like, so after you get out of the first section of the game that you play, the first map, you go to the next one, and then you see all the monster that you're about to fight. And literally, this is, to me, it's the worst thing about the game and make it fail is those are the monsters that you see, and those are the monsters you fight throughout the whole entire game. What? It's like, okay, and where's the bosses? There's like no bosses. It's kind of crazy. So the bosses that you fight, the first encounter boss it took me like 10 hours to get to a boss, and that boss I already fought them. It just in a different form, like in its own form. Like the boss fight was not exciting, and then so I was like, okay, maybe they will, you know, maybe they will give me a nice boss at the end. No, they just turned that one first monster that you fought bigger. Just big giant walking around, you know what I mean? Like, then you go kill them just like normal. Just like there is no monster variety. It's kind of crazy. I know it's not a AAA game or anything, but really? You gonna give me just like 4 type of monster and you fight it throughout the whole game, including that's the boss? Like, why am I playing for like 10, 15, 20 hours? Like, what I'm doing? It probably it take me about like 15 hours to beat the game. But it's crazy to me that I don't encounter any other monster from the get-go. It's like the monster you see is the monster you fight throughout the whole game. What was that about? Why? Like, what were they even thinking? Like, to be honest, right? What? So the game, to me, it wasn't even fun because the whole entire time I was playing, I was like in my head like, oh, maybe the next zone. Oh, maybe the next zone. Okay, oh, maybe the next zone. No. The whole entire game was just the same monster over and over and over. The graphics were fine. I'm fine with the graphic. Great, you know, the storyline is okay. Get me like interested here and there. Didn't expect it was mom. Cool. And then at the end, the ending's kind of weird. The ending is like his mom just basically shot the guy that interviewed him the whole entire time. Okay. I did not expect that. But the thing that I don't expect the most is we have no variety in monster. For a $50 game that don't have a variety of monster, you fight the same monster since the beginning. I know I keep going back to this because it bothers me that there's like 4 bosses in the game, but there's no difference in them. No different design except for one bigger, and then one just by itself. I mean, there is a moment that just catch me, like when you walk into like a crowd of them. That just freaky, right? But other than that, the game offered me nothing. I was very disappointed. I was literally 5-6 episodes in, or 5-6 hours in. I was pretty much done with the game, and I pushed myself to it because I'm already committed. Even though I wasn't really committed. Well, I was committed to make playthroughs, but it got corrupted. A few of them, a lot of them. So here I am making a full review of it, and I'm just very disappointed in this game. And I keep saying that. And I see all these guys, like all these the graphical reward or rating that they have and stuff like that. I was like, what are they talking about? What are we talking about right here? We got a few weapons. Okay, you can upgrade them a little bit. And that's about it. You level up your sword, and then you put glyph in them and to make yourself stronger. Yes, that's pretty cool. But you don't level up yourself. There's no stats. Nothing. The game just offers you nothing except for this whole storyline and puzzling. A lot of puzzling. I mean, I'm fine with puzzle, but don't give me that's the whole concept of the game. You know what I mean? If you give me if you tell me that's the whole game, and then this is RPG, it's like a soul-like kind of thing, and that's your, well, I think the company or the people that make this game saying, oh, it's like they're trying to be like Miyazaki. That's how you say his name, the guy that make Elden Ring, right? And then you give me this piece of crap. All you did was just took the graphic, kind of like the fighting style, the combat and stuff like that. That's about it. You did nothing else. Literally. It seemed like they get lazy, and there's this time loop. After you break the time loop, okay, cool, but then you fight the same thing again. It just, the whole entire game, just like you fight the same monster, and then I was literally just keep waiting for the boss to come, and I was like, okay, and then I'm like towards the end of the game, and I was like, okay, there's gonna be a nice boss fight, and all of that gonna be like amazing. And then when I went there to the last boss, and I just see all 4 of them, I didn't even know they were the boss. Right? I didn't even know they were bosses. I mean, they were bigger. But I didn't expect them to be the boss. I expected something else bigger afterwards. After I beat them. But no, at the end, they were the boss. So I don't know. Very disappointing. And yeah, that's my rant about the game, to tell the truth. It just wasted my week, pretty much, playing the game. And so I would rate the game, you know. This might sound crazy. I'm going to rate it from 2 out of 10. Tell the truth. 2 out of 10. I wouldn't suggest a game. Who want to play a game that have no boss? I mean, it's like, okay, you could say, oh, it's a story-driven game and puzzling. But if you have combat in it and stuff like that, and stages, and you know what, they need to work on more bosses. I know, like I said, I know they're not a AAA game or anything like that, but they need to work harder if they want to be in that kind of level. Even though if you give me like a reskin boss, but there's different mechanic to it, it's fine, right? Or a different type of boss, but the same mechanic, it's fine too. But you literally give me the same monster. throughout the whole game. Yeah, 2 out of 10. That's it. That's be done. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I'll see you next time. Peace.